like I'm in love again. Oh, oh, oh. She gives me my medicine and we were meant to be. She works at the dispensary and every time I see her, she gets me up so high.
Something cool here with Wax. How you doing, brother?
Chilling, man. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Nice meeting you too. So we're at the Warped Tour, man. How is the experience so far?
It's pretty crazy, man. Like, it's just a bunch of young kids who just want to run around and
Get crazy.
I guess be away from their parents. You know what I'm saying? And, it's fun. It's real fun. And people are real receptive.
Mm-hmm.
People are very open-minded about music as far as genres and whatever else. You know, so it's been going really well.
That's cool. It's good to see that, you know, you're hip hop, obviously, you know what I mean? That the kids can appreciate some of that as well as they came here for a certain band, you know what I mean? It's a nice diversity. So that way they're going to go ahead and they're going to pick up some new fans, you know what I mean?
Absolutely. And if the goal of this tour for me, besides just having a good time, is to pick up fans, it's definitely working. I'm definitely getting a lot of people that are like, yo, I was just walking by and I loved your shit, bought your CD and whatever, you know, so it's definitely working, man.
I understand that you're actually, YouTube is where you got your start, right?
Yeah, the YouTube is what kind of, I was very early on in the YouTube game. Like when YouTube first came out, I kind of started rapping on YouTube. And at the time, like, you know, being a quote unquote YouTube rapper was like the nerdiest shit you could possibly do.
Right.
And you know, now it's just what you do.
Yeah, for sure.
But at the time, I mean, I guess I was like lucky enough to be nerdy enough to not really care. And then I kind of was like one of the early people that got did pretty well in there, like before it became what it is now, you know, like when everybody on YouTube was kind of like a YouTube person. Now, like the #1 channel is probably Rihanna, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
back in the day, back in the day in 2009.
You know what it is, man? I mean, the shit ain't the way it was, dude. MTV don't show videos no more. Like, you don't have an opportunity, you know what I mean, to fucking go ahead and showcase something anymore.
Right.
Unless you're lucky enough to be in a commercial or get a little spot at the end of a TV show that's popular, you gotta go out and do that fucking work, man. And without YouTube, no one would have that chance to do that shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And what's cool is that happened to coincide with the time period where now you can make your own music videos pretty easily and pretty cheaply. You know what I mean? Like back in the day when I was a kid watching MTV, like when you grow up and you're like, I was in a band at a young age, you know, and we didn't think it was possible to make a music video. That wasn't even something we thought about. But like nowadays, you know, that's one of the second. That's like you make the music and you make the video. That's like with your fucking iPhone. You know?
Yeah, that's it, man. Well, you know, shit's so different from the way it was, dude. I'm 33 years old. I can remember standing in line to buy concert tickets. Now it's fucking a different media out there, you know what I mean? And it's developing. Like you said, you started off in 2009. You were a pioneer in YouTube. You just gotta wonder what the next thing is. But luckily enough, you were smart enough to be, this is gonna be something. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think I'm the same age as you. So I think like growing up, like even like my family was like early with cable. My dad was like kind of a couch potato, so we got cable early. And I remember seeing, like I was just telling them, and they're like Peter Gabriel videos, like with the fucking dancing chicken for Sledgehammer. I remember seeing like even crazy, like even like Madonna videos and shit. Like just I think that growing up then, and then really getting my start when I was much older, like I know that music videos are very important. Like people, like not everybody's an audio person. Most people are actually visual. You know, even at a concert, most people are actually looking at you more than they're even hearing it.
Right.
So a music video will go a long way. You know?
Well, I keep on saying the same shit. You're a pioneer, you know what I mean?
Thanks, man.
It's YouTube, I believe, every hour is 8 years of footage that gets put up every hour. So you know what I mean?
That's a crazy stat.
Yeah, that's fucking nuts, right? You know what I mean? But to have enough people that give a shit about you is a great thing. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you said, you take the phone, any asshole can go ahead and, this is me today, Holmes. Like, you know what I mean? I mean, no one's gonna give a fuck about you. You know what I mean? Unless they're gonna ridicule you. That's one thing that sucks.
And now it's so much shit. Like you said, that's a crazy stat. But like you said, it's just convoluted. Like there's so much competition, especially in the music field. You know what I mean? Like, like if you're just a dude who raps, like there's a lot of dudes who rap.
Yeah, for sure.
So you gotta have something special. You gotta bring some creative shit to the table that other people can spread just because they like it, you know, just not because you fucking did a bunch of promotion, you know.
Like you just said, everyone does think that I can rap.
Right.
You know what I mean? There's so many motherfuckers out there that think I could rhyme a couple words together and check this out. You know what I mean?
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. You still gotta have talent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You still gotta put in the work.
Yeah, and it's interesting too because nowadays everything's so much about putting yourself out there with all the social media that goes on with YouTube and Instagram and Twitter. Like people that just start doing it are already promoting it just as much as they're doing it. When in reality, talented or not, like you gotta practice. You gotta put in the work, you know, to get good at something. And unfortunately, people, you know, if somebody tweets at me and they're like, "Yo, I just made my first song, check it out," and if it's not good, it's like, dude, it's your first song. You shouldn't even be putting this out.
Yeah.
Like, just make another one.
Fucking work. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Well, you know, I mean, with social media, it's so brutally honest, man. You know what I mean? Any asshole can sit behind the keyboard and be fucking He-Man. You know what I mean? The fucking kid that would never say anything to you in person is the first person who's like, "Fuck you," and all this. You know
absolutely.
what I mean?
Yeah, and you know, think about like what they're doing, man. They're sitting at a desk and just making those comments. And, like the racism is super open.
Oh yeah, gotcha.
It's crazy. Like you see people how they really are, but and then sometimes, every once in a while, somebody will make a comment on my shit that'll make me just like touchy enough to click on their name and be like, "Who's this?" And it's like a 12-year-old kid.
Yeah,
like all his videos are like World of Warcraft or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's what, like, you know, who is this person insulting me? You can find out if you click on their name.
Yeah,
sometimes,
fuck, man. You can search that shit down. You can get their picture if you look fucking. You can get angry enough.
Go to Google Earth.
Yeah. But you know what though? On the other side of that coin, every fucking jerk off that spent the time to say "fuck you," spent the time to watch you. Right, you know what I mean?
Right,
I mean,
exactly.
you affected them enough where it's just like, I'm gonna fucking type some shit to the, you know?
Yeah.
Fuck off. You seen it? It's another hit fucking for me.
That's
fucking.
actually a good point too, because even if you're, it's just about whether you're good or bad. What it's about is being entertaining. Remember, like when Howard Stern first got famous, he said 60% of the people listen to his show listen because they hate him.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah. Fucking
So,
right, man.
Haters are a good thing to have. If you don't have haters, you should be worried.
Exactly. That means no one gives a shit
No one
about
gives
you.
a shit.
Exactly. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
People ain't fucking jealous of you. That means they're fucking. You know what I mean? It means they don't give a shit about you.
Yeah.
But tell me about the new release.
My newest release is it's an album called Continue. It's got 17 tracks. It's generally a hip hop album, but it kind of goes here and there. Like I got a couple weird, like wacky songs on there. I got some serious songs on there, but yeah, it did. When I put it out, it did really well, and it's still doing well. People still listening to it. I sell it out here at the Warped Tour, and people fuck with it. So it's definitely a representative of what I do. So if you listen to that album and you like it, then you like me. If you don't like me.
Now, being on a bigger tour like this for you, does it expose you obviously to new things? And do you see how shit works for somebody that you think, you know what, let me try and adapt to how that's working, and let me see if I can put my own little touch on that shit?
Yeah, well, I mean, there even with like little things like what merch people buy. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
You'd be like, yo, that dude, that tank top that he's selling, like, you know, maybe a couple years ago, dudes weren't rocking tank tops like that. But now you find out what's in style. You find out what to sell or what people are listening to. And yeah, you can definitely like kind of borrow some stage antics. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But you know, I'm pretty relaxed. I don't like stage dive or nothing like that. But
You don't know these little fuckers are gonna catch you or not. So but you know, with this is giving you a chance to tour with people that you're never really gonna tour with. I mean,
That's
you
true.
know, listen to the background. I know you're gonna hear a lot of this in there. You don't think that fucking Wax is gonna be out there in between this shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He is today. He is
Yeah.
for the rest of the tour. But like, you know, but you see what works. You see what doesn't, and it helps build your up a little bit. So,
yeah, absolutely.
to be on the Warped Tour, it's it's a big fucking party, man. You know what I mean? It's everyone's here. They know they get 30 minutes. No one gets a chance to be a rock star just because you played the headlining slot today, tomorrow you could be at 11:05.
I had the first one today.
There you go. So,
11:15.
you know what I mean? But you know what though? I guarantee you still have people out there.
Still have people out there, and it was still fun. And it's just a different vibe.
Mhm.
It's just more chill. I just kind of talk to people and bullshit. You know?
So
It's the brunch set. You know, it's the mimosa and omelet set.
that being in the field that you're in, that's something that you usually don't do. Like, you know what I mean?
Right,
like, you
right.
ain't fucking getting up early to go play that shit.
No,
like,
dude,
you're waking
you
up
don't.
at the
You
time.
do not.
fucking,
You
know
do
what I
not
mean?
play sets at 11 a.m.
Yeah.
No, that doesn't happen unless it's a festival. So, but it's actually, especially after being on the ship for a few weeks, like going first is actually kind of nice in a way because you get a long break at the end. You know what I mean?
Right.
So it's kind of nice. You know?
Cool. Now, what's the YouTube channel? What's the best way to see what's coming out from you? What's everything? for you?
Yeah. My main page, which can take you everywhere, is wax.com.com. That's waxdotcom.com. And you can go to YouTube and just type Wax Rapper, and you'll find some stuff on my YouTube page. It's youtube.com/waxandherbaltea. That's WAXANDHERBALT. I know that's complicated, so just go to the search bar and just type Wax. You'll see me on there.
You gotta have some kind of wax. Like, what's the?
You know what? If you
wax
go to,
rapper, probably,
I just
right?
realized, yeah,
Because
but I'm
fuck,
getting to the top. I'm up there with like Brazilian waxes and shit now.
Yeah, but
Just
you know what?
wax.
You put wax up these days. We're gonna get some dab up there. You know what I mean?
That's up there too. But I'm ahead of the dab still on the YouTube only wax search. I check it every once in a while to see where I'm at. And it's like the top I think is Brazilian wax, and I'm the second.
Yeah, there you go. Right underneath.
But you can actually, I forgot that you can go, if you go to youtube.com/wax, it's my page. I forgot that I hollered at YouTube and like got that and hooked that up. So.
Hey, let me ask you this: you're gonna have more information than any of these fuckers are, being as far deep as YouTube as you are.
Okay.
The changes, man.
There's a lot of them. It's different, man. It's different than
it's
YouTube.
almost gonna be a pay site from what I'm hearing. Certain ones gotta pay for certain.
Well, those are the newest changes. Is that it might be a lot harder to be an independent YouTube artist because it's all going to be basically a takeover and people have to pay, which makes sense. I get that. You know, I understand the paid shit. Like, somebody explained the whole thing to me. Some of that makes sense, but I liked it when it was the Wild Wild West, quite frankly. And even before those changes, they enacted these other changes where, like, the subscriber system that YouTube was initially based on, like people subscribe to your video, so when you put out a video, they're notified. Like that doesn't work like that anymore. Like subscribers is kind of meaningless on YouTube now. It's weird.
All these people want to pay to get your shit. You couldn't have fucking a million hits. Now that these companies know, they're gonna want a little bit more. Yeah, monetize your video. You're getting a nice little chunk of change to put in your hits. But you know what? That other chunk is going not to your fucking pocket.
And you know what's crazy is like even though they're doing all this stuff, like copyright infringement as far as like just some song or some comedian's bit or whatever just being up on YouTube because some random person put it up and it's monetized, it's everywhere. Copyright infringement on YouTube is rampant as fuck, and they don't care about that. They don't care. They don't get mad about that. You know. You gotta hit them up and be like, yo, my video is, you know.
Yeah.
They'll take the money right out of your pocket.
Okay. Let me ask you this, okay?
No offense, YouTube. Don't take my channel down.
No, keep it going. But you being, I'm gonna say it one more time, pioneer of YouTube.
Thanks,
You know the ins and outs. Why don't we just start Wax Tube?
Wax Tube?
Yeah. Why don't we get that shit going on right now? You guys are making all the changes. We're gonna make some changes.
Yeah, could do that. Could start your own independent site, especially if you had like a team, if you had like a collaborative effort between a bunch of people. Like a record, like some of these rock record labels out here can do some shit like that for sure. And just a portal where all their musicians put out all their stuff.
Also takes one click on the other kid's end. Like, you know what I mean? You gotta start somewhere.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
But I appreciate your time. What's next? Pump that up for me.
What's next? I'm finishing the Warped Tour. So if you catch this before the end of August, I'll be on every single date of the Warped Tour from here on out. And then after that, I'm actually going to spend a couple months in LA working on my album. That's where I live, so I'm just going to be working on that, and I'll probably start touring early next year again. But I got to get some music out there, man. I've been kind of working really slow on this one, and I keep on doing all these tours and shows. They kind of, I just got to work on music, you know what I'm saying?
I hear what you're saying.
Another album.
Yeah, for sure. All right, man. Appreciate it.
Hey, man, thanks for having me, dude. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
it.